And welcome inside of the D Event Center on the campus of Weber State University for the 2023 6A Boys State Championship basketball game on KSLSports.com. Dusty Litster and Dane Stewart, game 27 of the week, and it brings us a rematch of the Region 4 tilt. This is the third game of the year and a rematch of last year's 6A championship game, American Fork and Corner Canyon.
Yes, it is, and boy, I think both teams quite familiar with that rematch fact. Dusty, you mentioned they played twice this year. Corner Canyon got them both times. The first was a 10-point difference. The second was 19, and much like last year, Corner took the regular season sweep. AF looking for a little postseason revenge. Should be a good one.
Well, we see American Fork. They're coming in off of a barn burner of a game against Cypress. They had a tough game against Fremont in the quarterfinals. And Dane, this is a team that's learned a lot about themselves in this week here in the state tournament.
Yeah, and they've had to gut out some really tight victories. Look, it's a lineup when you look at it, Dusty. You think, man, they got guys that can shoot, they got bigs, but and they certainly do. But, man, they rely on their defense, and they try to out-execute you, take possessions away. And we'll see if that is the approach that they'll take tonight against a team in Corner Canyon that is seemingly scoring at will in the 6A playoffs.
And for Corner Canyon, it's a team coming in this year. I said, this might be the best team in the state. They have not lost since mid-December. Their only losses are to out-of-state teams. Their last loss came to Beaumont United at the Holiday Hoop Fest at Lehigh. And this team has been rolling right along. It
has been rolling right along. And the hard thing about Corner Canyon is when you look at the lineup, it's like, all right, well, who's going to shine and win? Gabe Toombs is Gabe. There you go. Max Toombs. He has had himself a heck of a career and a great year this year. Brody Kozlowski, Jackson Roberts, the three-headed monster that is Corner Canyon. And then you get timely plays from guys like Isaac Naybauer or Callan Lewis, Taylor Farrow. Like, it's a roster that has the headline scoring you want and the support scoring you need, and it's just a matter of who and when. And that's why it's been so difficult for teams to deal with, to keep up with their scoring pace and to be able to defend them. We'll see what American Fork has in store.
And we will start first with American Fork. It is Tiger Cuff, Blake Rawson, Ashton Wallace, Aaron Dunn, and J.R. Turley for Coach Ryan Cuff, the only coach in the state of Utah to win state championships at 3 different schools: Lone Peak, Dixie, and American Fork, where he's won 2. Up top with Tiger Cuff is his son. As Tiger leaves out for Ashton Wallace. Can't get that one to go. Ashton with his own board sends it out, did not hit the rim. 5 on the shot clock. Wallace short on the 3, and it's Brody Kozlowski with the board. On the run, it's Jackson Roberts, Max Toombs, Callan Lewis, Taylor Farrow, and Brody Kozlowski for Coach Dan Lunt. As Max Toombs goes at Rawson, no call on the contact, and it's a board to American Fork.
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good job by Rawson there, defending vertically down the lane. Corner probably fortunate. It was an open 3 for Ashton Wallace on the other end. It just missed.
Lob inside, and it's Aaron Dunn that opens the scoring in this ballgame.
If you hear me talk about AF, you hear me talk about Aaron Dunn. Can shoot it outside. Obviously the biggest man on the floor today. He can be a load for opposing defenses, especially when he's feeling good.
Outside Callan Lewis. Now Max Toombs. Max gets loose in the lane, floated up, and score it. We're tied at 2. Corner Canyon's all-time leading scorer.
I think he has 44 in him tonight.
I think he has 44 in him the moment he steps in the gym. You think I'm going to doubt that jawline?
Hey.
There's Rawson holding up top, hands back to Turley. Turley sent out to Dunn, now to Tiger Cuff. Cuff skip over to Turley. Going to drive. Farrell comes over for the block. Dunn. Back rims the 3 and the rebound to Kozlowski. In transition, it's Turley going to pick up the foul. We get a chance to see that play from Farrow.
A nice rejection.
So on the floor comes a man that hit the big shots the other night. Holden Hucks hit those big threes in the second half against Cyprus.
Yeah, Turley ran into foul trouble in that semifinal.
As Farrell sends over to Callan Lewis, up top to Toombs, Hucks with him. Max pulls up from the free throw line, lips out on the rebound to Rawson.
That's a nice job by Hucks. Was with him step for step. Got that hand right in the face there to defend, try to make it difficult.
Cuff sends that inside to Dunn. Dunn, and now Wallace, and Ashton Wallace rolls that one up and in.
Love watching his game. Can do it all for American Fork.
For 3 years, we've gotten to watch Ashton Wallace. As Jackson Roberts inside, sends it back out to Farrell. Now baseline to Toombs.
This is your matchup.
Toombs and Hucks. Max, give off to Kozlowski. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Roberts goes inside. Roberts too strong, and that's out of bounds off of Jackson, and it'll be American Fork ball. It would have been a double dribble anyway.
Travel.
Of course, this first matchup was close, and then it was Jackson Roberts had 2 dunks in the second quarter that sparked a big run from Corner Canyon. As that ball goes out of bounds and go back to the Chargers, who go back to that state championship game a year ago. I know we were talking with a member of the staff, and jokingly said, I think we'll shoot better than 26% from the floor. And I was like, I think that's actually might be the number. I have to go back and find the box score.
I'm sure it is.
I mean, it was a cold shooting night.
Yeah, it was rough.
That game at the Marriott Center a year ago.
I don't think a coaching staff would joke about that sort of a thing. I think that was probably exactly what they shot. They could probably tell you shot by shot.
As Farrell knocks down the three. We've said it so many times. You don't have to set an offensive play for Taylor Farrell because the ball will find him and he'll knock it down. Drop that ball inside to Rawson. Rawson sends out to Dunn. Dunn back to Ashton Wallace. Wallace in the lane, leaves it to the rolling Dunn on the baseline. Blocked from behind by Farrell. His second block of the quarter. And Cuff knocks that ball loose, and it's Wallace on the run.
Numbers here for AF.
Not the John Wooden spacing that you'd want on that one. Drop it in to Rawson. Blake goes up and under Kozlowski, and the rebound to Roberts.
Really nice defense there by Kozlowski. Up and force him outside without over-creating contact there.
Three doesn't go, and the rebound taken by Ashton Wallace. Outside with Dunn, and Callan Lewis with the steal. Hucks giving chase. And nice job by Hucks. Out of bounds, and it'll be Corner Canyon ball. Love the hustle.
Boy, that's a great job getting back. Been really impressed with the last couple games from Holden Hucks for American Fork.
Timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them. 3:16 left in the first quarter. It is Corner Canyon 5, American Fork 4. You're watching the 6A state championship game on KSLSports.com. Welcome back in. Folks, if it freezes, if our stream happens to freeze on you, just refresh. Internet blips, and so we're obviously tied into the internet. We're plugged in, but you get bumps through it. So if that happens, we apologize. Just refresh the page and bring you right back to the live action. As Max Toombs hits the junction extended J, and it's 7-4 Corner Canyon.
Nice play right off the inbound. In quickly. You don't allow that defense to really help her recover. Get your leading scorer. Good look. I like it.
Tiger Cuff sends out to Dunn. Now in the corner, Holden Hucks. Short on the three.
AF has done a really good job with their ball movement on getting that defense rotating and getting open looks, but they haven't been able to convert yet. At least an example. That's a shot that Hucks hit in that semi.
And we got I thought I heard a whistle, and I saw a hand up, so I apologize about that. I thought we might have a foul on that screen. So down the floor after the miss. American Fork looking to tie or get within one. Here early on in the 6A title game. Game 3 of the day. We'll have Alta and Timpview coming up next. Outside, Ashton Wallace going to drive at Max Toombs. Got around him, left it short.
That ball looked like it was coming out a little early. Don't know if there was contact there or just wasn't handled cleanly on the drive.
Jackson Roberts goes to Toombs. Max hit with the charge. Didn't like it. Hucks hit the deck. Hucks is saying this is not Thursday night.
I think that's a good call. I thought Hucks was there on the baseline. And, you know, there is one thing about Max Toombs. Like it or not, he does have a very big physique. And so that's one of the items you got to be a little cognizant of. Doesn't mean you need to change the way that you play.
Yeah.
But one where you probably are going to be disadvantaged in a lot of those 50-50 calls.
No, certainly. Here comes Ashton Wallace. As Wallace sends that ball into the corner. As Cuff leaves it for Rawson. Rawson sends it back out. Tiger Cuff for 3. And we're tied at 7.
Man, Tiger Cuff. It feels like he's grown up a ton this year. The juniors made big plays for American Fork all year.
And now the bucket on the other end. Brody, big-time Brody Kozlowski.
He had himself a semifinal, and I think that's his first shot tonight, right? Mm-hmm. So that heat carrying through despite it snowing outside.
Is it snowing outside?
Yes.
This is just like last year.
Just right?
What? As Rawson's inside. That shot won't go on the rebound to Kozlowski.
We are a little further north, and I don't have a cougar tail. Other than that, same.
Oh, it's losses everywhere. It's foul on the baseline. I know we got plenty of people watching us from Las Vegas with the conference tournaments going on and stuff. So I feel like when we come do these, it's like we're in a casino. It really is. Like we're one of those. We don't know what time it is. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I know is that the floor and everything around me is purple.
I mean, I walked in this morning at 10, and it feels like it's about 10:45.
Yeah, and
right? Like
we get amazing corn dogs. There's the shot from Farrell won't go on the rebound to Dunn.
Chili cheese fries were better than I expected. Better than I expected.
10-7. As we get to 35 seconds left here in the quarter. About a 10-second difference between game and clock. Or game and shot clock. Outside with Webb, now Wallace. Ashton drives at Nybauer. Can't get that one to go. Got his own board. No on the putback. He wanted something, got nothing. Here comes Roberts, quickly ahead to Toombs. Max along the baseline. Force it up. No. And Webb with the rebound. He saves it back into Toombs for the bucket.
Boy, there's all sorts of stuff. One, there's probably some contact. There's a travel. That just washes, and it's Max scoring.
And that will do it for the first quarter. We'll see that last basket as we're on our way out at the end of 1. It is Corner Canyon 12, American Fork 7. You're watching the 6A state championship game. And welcome back in. Dusty Litster, Dane Stewart. It's almost mission call open season. And let our friends at Modern Missionary help you get your missionary outfitted before they go out for their service. Go to their website, register, and get a free shirt and tie with Modern Missionary. But Dane, that first quarter, I mean, this feels like last year's state championship game. A couple more shots made, but it feels similar.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that Taylor hitting a 3, Kozlowski hitting a 3, probably gives a, I don't know, I would think gives some good early positive feelings. And, but yeah, I mean, I think it's been physical, right? They've let them play a little bit. We aren't seeing a lot of over officiating, right?
Yes. And
Which
I
is great.
appreciate that, yes.
Which is great.
As Jackson Roberts drives, hangs, and gets it to go. Wallace pulled the chair out, but Roberts got in his kitchen and finished.
Well, he's so quick. I mean, it's deceptive, like how fast he is, and not a lot that are able to get that angle on Wallace, but Jackson does.
Tiger Cuff leaves it for Wallace. Ashton can't finish. Ooh, Kozlowski nearly made it for him. And now on the push, here comes Toombs. He's got Jackson Roberts, who reverses and scores. If you walk in the gym and you see number 3, you go, I wonder if he's any good. And you don't realize how fast the kid is.
Yeah.
He used to finish there.
I mean, he's lightning fast. And even a play like that, you go rim to rim in about 4 seconds. And it's almost a double-digit difference here.
Well, then your eyes will pop out and you see him dunk it. Send to the corner, Holden Hucks. It is like Thursday. Another three for Holden Hucks.
Yeah, American Fork needed that, and that's a nice screen by Tiger Cuff. It forces that return on the defense to go around it. A late closeout, Hucks able to hit it. American Fork, they need to hit the long ball today.
As Roberts drives at Wallace, Jackson forced it up, and he's fouled. It'll be free throws for Jackson Roberts. Talking about this young man, got an offer from UVU. Coach Mark Madsen gave him an offer. I believe it's one of his first ones, most recent. Let's put it that way. So glad to see he'll have an opportunity to go play at the next level if he so chooses, as that ball is back rimmed. But hope you've enjoyed the coverage this week. If you're watching because you're out of state, welcome. If you're watching because you're rehabbing from injury, welcome. Or selective surgery, welcome. You know who you are. I just hope you got that twinkle in your eye that it's another day on the big blue marble. So Roberts, an 0 for 2 trip on the open end of the floor here as Hucks drives at Kozlowski. And Turley sends it back out to Tiger Cuff. Tiger has that one taken away by Roberts. Max Toombs on the run. Max, fits that into Nybauer. And Nybauer lays it up and in.
You see how unselfish Corner Canyon is. 5 different scorers already in the contest.
Jump out to an 8-point lead here with the Chargers. As Wallace brings that over to Hucks, drop it into Rawson. Rawson goes at Brody, but leaves it there for Turley. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Turley to the corner and is taken away by Lewis. There's that length I've talked about with Corner Canyon. And the ball goes out of bounds off of Roberts. That's at the the infamous spot from Murray Bountiful years ago.
So Corner's doing a really nice job congesting the inside, but then, Dusty, you mentioned it, getting interceptions of passes, filling those passing lanes, getting arms up. We've seen a couple of turnovers by American Fork on passes they're accustomed to being able to make.
Wallace gets at Nybauer, crawls off, and the rebound taken by Corner Canyon.
Boy, a few shots at the rim for American Fork here in this first half have been left.
As going to hand back to Nybauer, the senior, send over to Callan Lewis. Toombs straight up on Turley. No, and the rebound to Rawson, and Brody Kozlowski, I think, is going to pick up the foul here. No, it goes to Nybauer. Number 1 on Isaac. As Rawson comes off the floor and Dunn comes back. Wallace sends back to Dunn. He can make this shot. Dunn can't get it as the rebound to Lewis.
I don't think I've seen him make it at Weber, but I've been at games where he drills that multiple times.
Kozlowski, 4-3.
He does make that shot at Weber, and he makes it a lot.
He makes it everywhere.
Man.
Big time Brody Kozlowski. So I've been told to look out for his little brother on the football field. As Cuff leaves that one for Hucks as he's fouled by Lewis. It'll be inbound along the baseline. So at the line goes Hucks. Mentioned that great second half he had against Cypress the other night. But they're in need of spark here for American Fork because they're down 10 nearly midway through the second quarter. We'll have the under 4 timeout coming up. And Hucks makes them both. Roberts out to Kozlowski, and Brody again from downtown.
And his shot is so hot right now, it's barely moving the net. It is pure, and it is in rhythm and on target.
So hot right now.
So hot right now.
Sends out to Wallace. Drop it into Dunn. Goes at Brody. Jump hook. Crawls off. Rebound to Tiger Cuff. It just fits the Tiger wears red.
But we need black shorts for that to really, complete it.
Give it next year.
Some leggings,
So,
I know that's not the official term.
Yeah.
I got basketball people all sorts of upset with me, but
leggings. As that one to take and make by Jackson Roberts on the answer.
the leg.
Yeah.
I don't know the
The
leg
Dwayne
sleeves.
Wade
I don't know
ones?
what they are.
Yeah, the Dwayne Wade.
Yeah.
The tights.
Yeah. What do you call those?
Oh, well, leggings. I think
What? There you go.
I go tights.
Tights.
Isn't that what Dwayne Wade called them? Were tights?
I don't know.
It's funny how that's no longer a thing. Isn't that surprising?
I want to say that they said you couldn't wear it anymore.
Really? Compression garments on the drive.
Compressions.
Roberts gets to the rim. That was a riveting minute and a half there.
Yeah, I know you all appreciated that one.
No hate mail. As on the drive is Turley, sending it back out to Tiger Cuff. Ashton Wallace. Man, our Texas friends would be really mad right now. I've heard about that from all of them. The little handle there that Wallace got. As it come off the screen, Turley send to the corner. Tiger Cuff. Short on the three. Knew it when left his hand. Lewis send that ahead. And Neibauer hands back to Roberts. As Jackson crossed it up down the baseline. Blocked away, but we're going to have a
Dual
jump
possession,
ball
yeah.
first. Take one more look at it. We got a timeout on the floor.
There you go.
There you go. Timeout on the floor. We'll be back. It's Corner Canyon 28, American Fork 14.
Okay.
We'll bring it back in. We apologize. We'll get this technical issue fixed here momentarily as again, sometimes the internet goes in and out, kind of messes with some of the equipment. So 1 minute and 40 seconds left in the half.
We'll go radio. There we go.
As Rawson with 2 on the shot clock, 1 on the shot clock, can't get it. Rebound to Taylor Farrow.
Well, it's been a big second quarter. You talk about that first matchup went along those same lines, or the second matchup did, my apologies. 16-7. Second quarter here for the Chargers.
And the steal to Tiger Cuff. And Tiger gives that one up to Turley, finds Rawson inside, and Lewis was waiting on it. And Rawson frustrated with the call, but it's been a frustrating week here for Blake Rawson with the whistles.
Yeah, I thought this was the right call. You see Lewis coming over, and he's set there. That is good call.
Yeah, it was like he was rehabbing from something there, how long he was waiting there.
Yeah.
Ate a lunch, dessert. Can't complain about that one so much. There's Toombs comes off the screen from Farrell, straight away 3. Nice job of taking that space away. Here comes Wallace, give it up to Turley. Turley gets Roberts off his feet and gets the bucket plus the foul.
Yeah, really nice move here. Kozlowski picking up his first. I like American Fork. We've seen them, Dusty, really slow it down, be very deliberate. That time they recognize they've got Turley out in front. Get up there and the pump fake at the rim, drawing the contact, good finish.
So 41 seconds left. Turley looking for the and one and got it. And an 11-point game. About a 5-second difference between game clock and shot clock. Roberts to Brody. Send back up top to Toombs. Down the lane. Max Toombs gets a late foul, and it'll be a +1 for Max.
Going to go on Wallace. Second personal here on Ashton. So he gets beat around that angle. That's a hard thing with corner. They can shoot the ball from the outside, so you have to respect it. The moment you bite up, those driving lanes open up, and they're quick enough that it's hard to recover off of.
Toombs hits the free throw. Our officials today, I haven't mentioned that, Nick Shields, David Smith, and Chad Leatham.
That's a good thing, by the way.
Absolutely.
We love our officials getting credit for the work they do. They do great jobs. But
and here's the other thing. If you don't like it, be part of the change.
Yeah. Well, I'm just of the opinion officials are like people at the table. They're important. We need them. Want to recognize them, but shouldn't be talking about them, right? So
shouldn't be the main focus of the day.
Right. And they have done a nice job in this first half.
Yeah. 10 seconds left. Cuff send that ball to the corner. Turley off on the three, tipped around. Back to Turley, 1 second at the horn. And that will do it for the first half of play. We go to the locker rooms, and it's Corner Canyon 31, American Fork 17. You're watching the 2023 6A State Championship basketball game on KSLSports.com, your season-long home for high school basketball. Halftime score, Corner Canyon 31, American Fork 17. Before we get back to the action, let's go to the Vince Francis House of Pain, the rewind flashback.
Dusty Bridgerham was all over the field in this ball game. 4 passing touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns. He was phenomenal as the Syracuse Titans get a big win over Roy in double overtime. Nonetheless, 41-30.
I knew it was coming, and it didn't matter.
Well done.
Yeah. I got people around me to protect me. Right?
And Salem Hills had a 28-7 lead at one point, and they beat them 28-14. They shut down that Highland rushing attack, and the Skyhawks, Dusty.
I want to love Vince Francis, but I love to hate him more.
That's awesome.
Those were loud.
They were extremely loud. Extremely loud.
And it's one of those things that gets, not only is it loud, you feel the loud.
Yeah.
Like internal organs shook.
Yeah, no, you feel. Well, we could see it. We saw the whole thing shake there. Doesn't not to. I didn't even flinch. I just kept right on rolling, focused.
Yeah. You were focused. You were in.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't do well with obviously. Obviously, there's a reason why I'm not being recruited. I get recruited for football, baseball. Most certainly didn't get recruited into the military. Couldn't handle it. Don't have the nerves.
Well, I'll tell you this. It's actually surprising because as loud as those bangs were, you haven't flinched like that in this first half yet. And boy, Corners had some bang threes in that. Hey,
I see what you did.
Yeah.
I see what you did.
Yeah.
The artillery's been firing on all cylinders here for Corner Canyon. Brody Kozlowski, how about it?
He's been he's ready, huh? 3 of 4 from the floor, all of them from beyond the arc. He's been great. 7 rebounds for Brody, which has been spectacular. Jackson Roberts has 10 points at the half. How about this, Dusty? You look at the stats; they're very even. Both teams with 15 rebounds, but the shooting is the main difference. American Fork just 6 of 26 from the floor. Corner Canyon 13 of 22. Assists, turnovers, blocked, all that stuff very similar, but that's really where the difference has been. It's just been in efficiency, and it has been Corner Canyon been the name of the game when it comes to that.
Well, it certainly has been. I think one of the more interesting things, too, how about Corner Canyon does not have a single offensive rebound in the first half. Both teams have 15 rebounds.
Well, it's because they make all their shots, man. There's no offensive rebounds when everything goes
There's
in.
9 opportunities.
Come on, guys.
But really, just super impressive to see.
Yeah.
I don't know if we want to go here or not. Pre-game, there was 67 minutes from when Bountiful left the floor and the floor was opened up for the boys to come out. Corner Canyon went in and out 3 times.
They did not miss 1 second of an opportunity to take warm-ups.
Now, they had the same situation the other night.
Yeah, in the semi.
And did the same thing.
Yep.
And for American Fork, they waited. And we were curious what that would mean. I don't think it means anything.
Yeah.
But it was just interesting.
It was. And I mean, my thing is, you hear stories about corner and basketball. And look, the reality is, like, they are always playing basketball. And
always.
The reality is, in a game like this, is like, and good on them because they have executed at a higher clip than American Fork, and that's why they've got a 14-point lead right now.
Yeah, understandably for me anyway, the only non-always playing basketball person on the roster is Owen Borgie. Not the only one.
I think, did Max Toombs take a break last year?
Did he?
No. Okay.
Oh.
He did not. I thought he did, but maybe that was Gabe.
He was recruited super hard to play football, and he got a nay Coach Care.
Okay. All right.
He said, I only want 1 state championship. So, but very interesting. We get back into this one. It's Corner Canyon leading by 14. Farrow, Roberts, Lewis, Kozlowski, and Toombs. It's Turley, Dunn, Cuff, Rawson, and Wallace on the floor for Coach Ryan Cuff. And it's going to take defense here from AF. They're going to climb back into this one. Down by 14 is Toombs going to drive at Wallace. Cutoff sends back up top to Brody. Now to Roberts. As goes straight away with Max. Cuff, nice handles there by Tiger Cuff jumping in front. So
yeah.
Stop on this end.
Yeah, that's how you want to start the second half if you're American Fork. Now you just got to find the bottom of the net, right? And the other thing is, I think corner's been so quick, and we've even seen, I think, some rush shots by American Fork in that first half because corner's been so quick defensively. There are not a lot of players that will block that shot from Rawson.
And for Farrow, I think it's his 4th block. As Roberts, no call on the fall down, sent out to Kozlowski. Long on the 3. Toombs couldn't get it. Callan Lewis did. Roberts back inside, hangs and hits.
And that's the other thing. It has felt like corner has been much quicker to the basketball generally in this contest. Another example there, getting their first offensive rebound of the game.
And Roberts with the steal and the dunk. I said it earlier, and now the T2. He gave a little bit of action there to Tiger Cuff. Got a little emotional. But a great play by Jackson Roberts. Yeah. Tom Brady gets away with it pregame because no one else is in front of him. So, but Roberts with the steal. I mean, that's a rare. Never mind. I wasn't say rare triple. The steal, the dunk, and the tee, but Rasheed Wallace would have something else to say about that.
Yeah, he'd be like, rare. I did that all the time.
I have someone sitting behind me that knows that Danny Ainge loved when Rasheed Wallace got technical fouls. As that goes there for Tiger Cuff. As so the tee's there, so it'll be American Fork basketball. And Dan Lunt was not he was not happy. And I think he was shocked that Jackson kind of let it out there for a minute. As Cuff gets that one to Dunn. Now a chance for AF to get some points. Drop it into Rawson. Rawson goes up strong. No, and the rebound to Kozlowski. And Ryan Cuff is kind of fit to be tied here.
Again, how many of those shots has AF had within 4 feet of the rim that just they haven't been able to get going? Tiger Cuff right now dealing with a bit of a dead leg. Trying to walk that off.
Got a lamer. Yeah. Inside the Toombs, and Toombs didn't get the foul on Turley. It'll be 2 free throws to Max Toombs.
And again, it's just, man, Corner Canyon comes and they're just moving so quick. Next thing you know, you don't have positioning, and Toombs right at the rim. And we'll draw the foul.
Toombs at the line. I know we got a grandma watching here, Grandma Sydney Ogden out in Ohio. She watched earlier in our 6A Girls State Championship game. Her granddaughter Ella Oser, the cousin to Max Toombs, is her Skyridge Falcons. Man, they gave Lone Peak all they could handle, just not enough. But Grandma Ogden watches every one of the streams this week, as I've been told. And I was wanting to send a hello to them. And I know there's a contingency in Calgary, Alberta as well that watches the Toombs family. As Turley sends out up to Dunn, lob into Rawson. Rawson hangs, hits, and gets the foul. And he says, finally, Dane. He gets an and one and a call down low.
That's a really nice job. You bring Dunn up, that clears out the inside. You get that lob pass over the top, and I've said AF is so big, and that time able to utilize the size and the execution, but man, can't capitalize on the three-point play.
I know that we had an official tell us that in softball they won't let you get a little creative with the strike threes. I want to know in basketball officiating, they give them a little bit of liberation on the twos. If you can do a couple hop, boom.
I asked an official for a hopper this week.
He did not.
He did not take it. So,
but he's not watching because he's currently doing a softball game where they can't get crazy. Their own rips on the called strike three. As Ashton Wallace rattles home the J, and it's a 15-point deficit. Of course, Ashton Wallace, a 3-year contributor for Ryan Cuff, and a member of the Utah Top 50. I wonder if we'll see him here at the end of the month. We do that showcase. As Callan Lewis, little sidewinder, maybe touched there by Hucks. So again, a chance to cut down the deficit for American Fork. Outside of Turley, off the screen from Rawson. Wallace now up top to Hucks. 15 on the shot clock for the Cavemen. Oh, nice move by Wallace. Kiss it off the window. Ashton Wallace with an outstanding take and make.
Yeah, he's starting to exert himself a little more here in this third quarter, being much more intentional with the basketball. Love that drives. They clear out that lane for Ashton.
Max Toombs, no. And the board to Rawson.
And now you see Corner Canyon's efficiency. Just a couple possessions here. They haven't been able to score, and AF starting to find their offensive rhythm. They got this inside of 10. I think you'd hear quite a bit from the AF contingent.
Yeah, it's a good-sized crowd here tonight for American Fork as Hucks drives it. Lewis, and it stays home. He wanted to crawl out, but the wide channel basketball does not fail him. And here come the Cavemen. And here's a look at the last bucket from Wallace.
Yeah, again, Dunn is near side. Look at all the space. That quick spin around Toombs to score it.
It's Corner Canyon 37. American Fork 26, but AF on the run. You're watching the 2023 6A State Championship basketball game on KSLSports.com.
Okay. Yun ako lang din su akme sa ang sito kada biya kung dito dala.
3:58 left in the third quarter, and again, want to thank our friends from Modern Missionary. If it's mission call open season, and if you got a missionary getting ready to go out to the mission field, let Modern Missionary get them outfitted for their service. Go to Modern Missionary's website, go register your missionary, and you'll get a free button-down shirt and washable tie, not rewashable because you have to wash it once, washable tie when you go register at Modern Missionary. So out of the timeout, Corner Canyon trying to stem the run from AF, and there's the charge, and all of a sudden, Blake Rawson is saying, finally.
Going to be the second foul on Toombs. Both of them are offensive today. Another one down here in the first half.
So down the floor. Again, our 5A championship game will be coming up soon. It feels weird. You got Alta fans next to the Corner Canyon fans as the three on the way from Wallace, so they're surrounded by red. And on that, it's a battle. It's going to be interesting. If both Corner Canyon and Alta win tonight, as Roberts drives and scores, but if they were to both win, I don't know who gets the rights to In-N-Out Burger in Draper.
Dusty does. And he gets to hand out tickets for admission. That's at Dusty Litzer on Twitter. Make your proposal as to why you think you should be an In-N-Out tonight.
Why you get, yes.
See? Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And I don't like waiting in the line, so I always go sit inside and wait.
Well, that's because few of us have 3 hours to spend in an In-N-Out drive-in line.
Oh, it's actually, I don't want to give away a secret. I'm not giving it away. Inside, it's Rawson going at Kozlowski. No. And Brody with the rebound. So down the floor with the Chargers, and
Lunt wanted it a little quicker than that.
you think?
Some of us would throw out our shoulder if we made that kind of a gesture.
It's the wrong one. Is Kozlowski off on the three, tipped out, and it's a rebound to Dunn.
I told you it was cold in this building, Dusty, because corners starting that cold is settling into their shot. They have not found that rhythm that they had in the first half.
As Wallace drives at Nybauer, got deep in the lane, no. Rebound to Rawson. Rawson back up and in. And all of a sudden, Blake Rawson getting loose. And it's an 11-point game.
He didn't score in the first half, has 4 here in the third, and it is down to single digits now for the Cavemen.
Of course, Blake Rawson's brother Tyler was a star at American Fork. Following in the family footsteps, he's the third Rawson I believe we've covered for the Cavemen, as that one doesn't go for Roberts. Dunn lost it. That's off of AF.
Off corner.
Or off corner, probably off of Toombs. Yep.
Cuff gets this late right there and makes Roberts just bobble it as he's going up. That's a tough shot to complete unless you are Taylor Harvey at Bountiful.
Wow, got one. She had a couple of those today.
She did, yeah.
Finished to a couple, were handled on top of the ball.
Yep.
And congratulations to Bountiful, taking home the girls 5A state championship. There's Lone Peak taking game 1 today. We have 4 title games. Lone Peak and then Bountiful are the 2 boys games. As Turley misses on that one, Toombs with the rebound. And bodies hit the floor as Toombs leaves a wake of bodies behind him, and it's Roberts off the pass from Kozlowski.
Didn't score in the first, and Jackson now has 16.
Wow. Telling you, that kid is just sneaky. He sneaks up on you. As I shared, we had from friends from Texas that loved watching him at the Holiday Hoop Fest. They played against Vashon High School from St. Louis, and those guys that were shooting the camera said, that dude's a dog. They love number 3. They keep trying to pressure him, thinking they can beat him. Like, they got to learn they can't stop him. It's kind of like Dane on the pickleball court.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you. It's not my house, it's my kitchen.
I'm going to say, Dane's going on the pickleball court. I can't get out of my kitchen. And they're picked up by Kozlowski. Kozlowski ahead to Nybauer. Goes around Rawson, left hand, no. Rebound to Toombs, and Max puts it up and in. And the lead back to 15. Just when AF felt like they were coming back in. Wallace drives at Nybauer. Sends it back out, Turley. Baseline floater, no. Rebound, that's off of Turley. No, I'll say off of Toombs. Oh, a foul. Okay, that made more sense.
Yeah, loose ball. I thought it was a loose ball foul. Watch Toombs coming in, going for the ball there, but just that contact. It did look like they called it out of bounds, but it was a foul there.
Shot clock turned off as Wallace goes at Nybauer, and now another foul here at Corner Canyon. The Chargers will have 1 foul to give in the 4th quarter, Dane.
Well, we'll see if they can give away here in the 3rd. There's no, why wait till the 4th, Dusty?
Yeah, why not have 8 minutes of bonus?
Now we're talking.
You wanted the big bonus. They fit that inside to Hucks, and Hucks lays it in.
Good quick ball movement there for American Fork to get it to the rim.
10 seconds left as Roberts down the lane, and Jackson Roberts with his 2nd dunk of the 3rd quarter. Bring the Chargers to their feet as Wallace at the horn. And that will do it. We go to the final quarter of the 6A basketball season. It's Corner Canyon 45 and American Fork 30. You're watching the 2023 6A state championship basketball game on KSLSports.com. Start of the fourth quarter, Dusty Litzter and Dane Stewart with you. As Corner Canyon, you mentioned this is a rematch of last year's state championship game. And right now, Corner Canyon, Dane, they're feeling pretty good right now.
Yeah, they are. And look, I love the pushback that American Fork gave, but Corner, man, Jackson Roberts. Dusty, 20 points tonight for Jackson. 10 of 12 shooting from the floor.
10 of 12?
10 of 12.
And certainly atoned for the technical foul, I would say. As Brody Kozlowski is 1 point away from a double-double. Got 10 boards, 9 points. As Turley now find Hucks. Back to Rawson. Rawson's going to get the foul. I think this will go to Kozlowski.
I mean, you being the key holder to in and out, that's got to help his in and out status, doesn't it? It's got to.
Brody knows. He has the key card.
Yeah.
Yep.
Does he have a lifetime
access.
pass?
Yep, absolutely.
Via Dusty Liz? Yeah.
First of all, he got that because his Uncle Glenn. Uncle Glenn was an All-American at BYU.
Oh, okay.
That works.
My mother went to BYU. Do I get a lifetime pass?
Done. You were in
Bam.
that a long time ago.
Sweet.
That was earned.
Sweet.
That was earned 15 years ago. At the Event Center in West Valley City.
Event Center.
When Taylor Brown hit 7 threes against Taylor Russell in Mountain View, and Jeff Gardner, the coach.
Yeah.
It was Tony Cannon on the bench for Alta, Jeff Gardner on the bench for Mountain View. Dane and Dusty's first maiden voyage on air together. Colin Young, Peter Tuitupo. It was Taylor Brown with 7 threes. Dusty yelled at every one of them because I didn't learn how to broadcast yet. Roberts can't get that one. Some would argue I still have it because that one comes off the rim.
Well, they'd be wrong. So
I would like to think so. As Wallace going to pull for 3. Ashton couldn't find that one. Hucks tracks that one down. Man, throws that off of Roberts.
You think there's any extra velocity on that with those dunks?
Return this one. Oh, good. Well, that's not a bad miss. Preston, just a little faster, bro. Preston, the intern. Slow with the thumb again. As Cuff terminates, sent over to Ashton Wallace. Ashton on the drive with Neibauer, knocked it out of his hands, and Neibauer can't believe it. And it's now the 7th team foul on Corner Canyon. It'll be a 2-shot foul either way. I knew Coach Gardner was watching. The first free throw is good. Jeff was supposed to join us this week at one point in the games, but he decided to coach baseball this year. He's coaching on the freshman team. Or he's coaching because his son is a freshman on the team. I mean, if you've got Jeff Gardner on your staff, you don't just relegate him to the freshman team. A great baseball mind in Jeff Gardner. So a 12-point game. Roberts off the screen of Kozlowski. Finds Toombs. No, knocked away by Wallace. And again, this game is just begging to get tightened up here as Hucks couldn't get that off. Turley chased off as well. Down the lane, it's Webb with the dunk. First moments here for Keen Webb. And it's a 10-point game.
And it was a nice job by Corner getting back. That's the spot that Hucks hit those threes from against Cypress. You don't want to give AF any momentum. They do concede the dunk there to Keene.
And Keene gives up his first personal foul. And the second team foul. Should we go old school, Dusty, for 1 minute?
Sure.
It'll be 8-6 by about the 4-minute mark. Before we go to, I was just say 4-minute mark, about 3.5-minute mark. As Kozlowski works his way to the rim and scores. And Brody now with a double-double. And the lifetime pass on Friday nights. Wallace sends that back out to Hucks. And now Tiger Cuff. Waiting for a moment from Tigers. That ball got away. Cuff sends out to Turley. 4-3. J.R. Turley. And a timeout to Ryan Cuff with 5:45 left in the fourth quarter. It is a 9-point game. 30-second timeout, Dane. We'll stay here.
Well, that's a big made three. They have not shot the ball well from long range tonight, American Fork, and if they want to come back in it, they've got to hit that shot. That gets it back to single digits now. But now you got to get stops on the defensive end. And outside of about a 3-minute time frame, that's been a tough chore for AF.
Yeah, and I'm curious to see what kind of decisions Ryan Cuff makes as far as lineup goes. He went a lot with the two bigs. Remember, Chad Sims on Thursday night kept pointing out having both either Keene and Dunn or some type of double post out there. If he decides to do it again, and if he does, who he decides to go with.
Yeah, and I just think with corners' athleticism, I don't know if you can, right? They're so quick, not even just individually, but with the ball movement, that it can really get you out of position, put you in a really tough spot. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he does. He does come on with Webb, and I feel like even in that semifinal, it was a little bit of the hot hand, right? And Webb, I think he's brought great energy. He's been vertical without fouling. I know he picked up a foul, a possession or two ago, but I think he's done a nice job in his limited minutes. And like him being on the floor here, we'll see if he can help anchor things here for AF.
5 minutes and 40 seconds left in the 6A season. American Fork threatening to climb into this ball game. Up top with Kozlowski.
It's a lot of space.
Toombs leaves it for Brody at the rim. Nice two-man game between Toombs and Kozlowski.
And that's the tough thing when it's Webb guarding Kozlowski there and you're pulling him outside. It's like, okay, advantage corner.
As the Charger student section, I know C12 down in the front row is trying to get a little loud. The Steve Tasker of Utah High School football. As Turley sends that back out to Cuff. Now to Hucks. Hucks on the drive, sent back out to Wallace. Shot clock to 10. Ashton on the drive to the rim. Short. Webb with the board, sent back out to Cuff. Turley. 2 threes in the fourth quarter. And it's an 8-point game.
And that was even from the college line there. A little extended for Turley.
Corner Canyon to answer. Toombs sends back out. Kozlowski misses the three. Toombs with the board. Then we'll have a foul first. We would have had some fireworks had Webb been able to get out in the front, out in the open court.
Yeah, that's a double negative there for American Fork. How about Turley? A little shot or the little pass fake there. Give him enough time to get that shot away.
How about Turley? He had that frustrating semifinal with the foul trouble. But tonight, 2 big threes in the fourth quarter as Kozlowski sends out the Toombs. Max, 4-3. You can't stop the chisel jaw guy. Can't do it. Turley, nearly picked off by Neibauer. Wallace will go get it. I see Wallace has hurt himself here. Ashton goes at Neibauer. No, Toombs comes in to clean up the board. On the run, Lewis leaves it for Roberts, and Roberts blocked by Hucks. They'll get Hucks with the foul. It'll put Roberts at the line for 2.
Again, you just see how quick the ball works its way up the floor. AF not able to get fully back in position, and the foul there.
Timeout on the floor, 3:55 left in the fourth quarter. You're watching the 6A state championship game.
Okay. Ako lang mabansu akit sa kapamsito na biya kung binudala.
3:55 left in the fourth quarter. This game got tight for a minute, down to 7. And I've been saying this all day. The championship minutes right now, as we get inside of 5 minutes to go in regulation. Corner Canyon looking to bring home the second state championship in basketball in school history. Their other one was right here on this floor in 2019.
And if they close this game out, they can thank this young man right here. What a ball game.
Yeah. In fact, that was Dan Lunt's first ever state championship. He'd lost, I believe, 3 times. 2 of them on this floor when he was the head coach at Payson. Down the lane, sent out to the corner. Turley leaves it back for Cuff. Tiger sends back to Turley. And J.R. Turley with the hat trick in the fourth quarter.
Boy, where has that been all night? And that's a great move by Tiger. On the drive, the help defense collapsing down, leaves JR. He's the guy right now, if you're corner D, you want to know where 22 is at because he's got the hot hand here for the Cavemen.
And again, it's going to take defensive stops here from the Cavemen. And is outside with Toombs. Max goes up Wallace. Tries to fit it in to Farrow. Taylor sends it back. Toombs up all to Kozlowski. Big time Brody with the big time bounce. And the lead's back to 13.
Boy, continues to shoot so well from beyond the arc.
As Cuff, nice rush. It's Hucks hanging and couldn't get it to go. Rebound Neibauer ahead to Roberts. And Roberts all the way to the rim in the finish. Got it down to 8, and it goes right back up to 15, Dane. This Charger team.
Well, we talk about the three-headed monster, and, I mean, you look tonight, Dusty, without cheating, how many players on corner do you think have scored tonight?
4.
And how many points do you think come from a non-Roberts, non-Kozlowski, non-Toombs?
5. Neibauer has a 2, and Farrow has a 3.
According to official stats, it's just 3.
Just 3. I remember Neibauer with the bucket.
I thought I had Neibauer with a bucket, but the official stats actually gave it to Jackson Roberts.
I believe us.
I do too, but I also know official. So anyway, according three.
One of my favorite phrases, I like us.
Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
It's a Taylor Farrow 3.
Yep.
That's it.
In the first quarter.
Everything else has been from Toombs, Jackson. I should say last names on it.
Yeah,
Toombs, Roberts, and Kozlowski. Isn't that nuts?
It's insane. I mean, what it is, it's Corner Canyon basketball.
You know, and I wondered if they would be able. All right, it has been verified.
Hey, it's the 3 of us. I like us.
Yep.
I like us. I like Curtis and Jed too.
All right.
But we were right.
That has been switched. Jackson now with a pedestrian 22.
Just 22. And actually, never mind. We won't litigate something else on there. As 44 is once again the crux of our the bane of our existence with our capture. We apologize about that. 59-44, I promise. As the 3 off from Wallace and the rebound out to Hucks. Send out to Cuff, and Tiger just not being able to get loose with the shot as Wallace give that up to Rawson, back out to Tiger. Extra pass to Blake Rawson, and he muscles it up and in. And quickly comes back Corner Canyon. And here's the deal with the Chargers. They don't have to give anything up as now the foul to Turley.
And they might have actually changed a 3 to a 2. I've got 47 on my score, and they have got 46 here.
Vince, you can verify that real quick, right? Preston, the intern, will check it out. We'll see. I don't know if I can trust him with it. He's going to look it up. 1:54 left in the fourth quarter. It's Corner Canyon on the cusp of bringing home their second state championship as they got a 59-46 lead. You're watching a 6A title game on KSLSports.com. Closing minutes here. 1:54 left in the 6A basketball season. Again, the 5A title game coming up next. The fathers of Corner Canyon, Alta, going to be doing battle against Timpview. As we got a Timpview State Championship behind us, but he's here also cheering on Corner Canyon. He gets free shout-outs. He did help. It's Doug Henstrom.
He's a part of us.
He is. What am I doing?
Yeah.
He is a part. What am I doing?
Look, I've called the game with him.
That's why I was going.
He's
That's why I
in the family.
That's why I
He's
stopped.
in the family.
Corner Canyon, Bishop Gorman. The beginning of Doug Henstrom is there's on our airwaves is.
I'm just glad that this, Doug and I both headsets on, right?
Yeah.
I'm glad that this game isn't going that direction for Corner Canyon. That was a tough one.
Yeah,
It was a tough one.
Yeah.
This game's been much better for the Charger faithful.
Absolutely. Hey, can I say this? I got to see. I know I shouldn't deter this too much because we'll talk basketball here in a second. I did see Isaac Wilson before the game.
You told me.
Dude is bulking up
So's Dusty, by the way.
in many ways. Yeah. PR this week.
I know.
Yeah.
I was
Why
promoting.
couldn't Vince
promote
make
the
that
positive.
why Vince has the video. Why couldn't he make that a flashback? He can show 3:15 now. Should I say it? 3:35. As a timeout on the floor. We got all kinds of fun stuff to bring up, folks. 139, and it's a 15-point game once again here for Corner Canyon, and it's a full timeout. So we'll be right back. Closing minutes here as American Fork trying to make a run as Tiger Cup finally gets loose, and Tiger knocks down the three. And again, the clock won't stop on a made bucket. So Ryan Cuff, he's taken from your book. You and Ryan Cuff are very simpatico.
No,
Foul
whoa,
early.
whoa.
Wait,
Whoa,
let me explain. Foul early. You're not on the burn the timeout scene, but elongating the game as early as possible. Much different situation than the 4-point game.
Yeah, that's a stretch. I love Ryan. I don't mean that, Ryan, but we're talking about a certain circumstance, and Ryan Cuff is taking a timeout with 1.5 to go. After maybe you're like, you guys think the same way.
You do.
It's like,
Okay, situation. Hit us up on Twitter. What would you do? Inside of a minute left, down 4 with a 35-second shot clock. With 1 minute left, down 4, and you have 2 timeouts left. Would you foul then? Would you play defense? How would you handle it? Hit us up. Let us know at KSL Sports Rewind. And we'll announce who does what. I'm not saying who's right. It's not a who's right.
I mean, it feels that way, but that's okay.
Tomato.
I'm not saying that, but I'm glad you're interpreting it that way.
More of where Dana and I share things from is radiator. Oh, and that was a foul. Wallace was trying to give that one up. Ryan Cuff can be a little frustrated. I get it, but that was a foul before the steal here. Yeah. But yeah, that's radiator.
Potato.
Well, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Yeah, Harrisburg with
Sweeper, vacuum.
That's a good one. As Max Toombs at the line. And the free throw good from Max. Of course, we'll have the upcoming game, Alta and Timpview. Features someone from Phoenixville, well, on staff anyway, from Phoenixville area in Pennsylvania. Gusto Pena, member of the Rewind family, did a game with me the first round of the 6A tournament. Max goes 1 of 2. A 13-point game. AF's got to move quickly. As Cuff goes down the lane, leaves it for Rawson, and Rawson lays it in, and now Cuff takes one of his 2 remaining timeouts with 1:13 left. So still theoretically in this one, Dane.
Yeah, I mean, I think you need corner to miss free throws, right?
Yeah.
And
they only have one-on-one free throw or foul left. There'll be double bonus.
Right.
So only one chance to be able to get the ball back without the made bucket. But they got to have some threes. But it's been a fun basketball season. Make sure you stick around to see our post-game videos as we interview the champions, the top players, and even the coaches, and give you all the feels from the state championship game. We have, I think pretty soon we'll have up the 6A game, Lone Peak. We'll have their video with featuring Kaylee Woolston, McKaylee Ika, Shawnee Nordstrom, and one of the best, Nancy Warner.
Yeah. I mean,
here's the deal. I'm actually going to say, I think there's been a little. We've heard rumblings of frustrations about Kaylee Wilson's, but let it go. Wasn't a big deal. Just getting out in front of it.
Yeah, it's meaningless.
Meaningless, completely, in every way, shape, or form.
You know what it is? At its core, it's probably hey, we're in a tough situation. We got to take a shot. Like, Kaylee, here's a senior moment.
Yeah.
Go have fun.
Senior have one last chance.
You know.
But Nancy, one of the absolute best, one of our favorites, and for many reasons. But she's one of the great ones. As the foul to Toombs is going to put Toombs at the line for the
Look at
front
that.
of the 1-on-1.
Look at that sportsmanship right there. Just a little
eyes
help up there.
Eyes up, do the work.
Right.
And on that, work on your biceps while you're doing it. And a little bit of the back.
Workout done. Check.
But yeah, we're just going through that because Nancy, one of the great ones, and Ashton Wallace is going to come off the floor. Let's take a minute to talk about Ashton Wallace. 3-year contributor. I remember the first game that Ashton Wallace was going to get a lot of playing time, and I was talking with Ryan Cuff. It was if I remember, it was at Davis, one of the early games, and Ashton was a sophomore, and he goes, I'm going to play this sophomore tonight. You're really going to like it. And I said, really? He goes, yeah, Ashton Wallace. Showed me him. Curly-haired kid, and it just shows how fast time goes.
Yeah.
That this is the last game for Ashton Wallace for the American Fork Cavemen.
Yeah, really did like his game. He's extremely gifted, great off the dribble, inside, and very active and quick. Crazy to think that his career's over. I mean, obviously last year, the run for AF to the state championship, what a run it was, and to get back to it this year, impressive, and a lot of that due to Ashton Wallace and him bringing that experience back from that run last year. And what he was able to bring to American Fork.
Well, you have to have guys that are willing to accept roles, and I think Wallace, even with skill, is willing to accept a role.
Yeah.
And willing to work that role. As Blake Rawson comes off, and I remember seeing Blake in a JV game. You remember we do tons of Region 4 games. I remember, like, that kid looks different. And found out he was a Rawson. I'm like, oh, then he looks, similar. As Cookie down the floor, Turley leaves that to Webb. Can't get down. The rebound to Nybauer. And we'll have a foul as we'll walk back down the other end of the floor. But it is one of those things when we get to see some of these guys, we get games early, that, Dayton, we do get a – I mean, it's like seeing Yoli Childs. Remember when Yoli was a freshman? I mean, like, who is that? And Jake Schrader saying, oh, that's Yoli Childs. Like, that dude's going to be something, huh? He had the kid-and-play haircut.
That's a good-looking ball player. Right. Yes, it is.
And even further back, remember the first time we talked to Craig Drury and saw Brandon Davies.
Yeah.
And he goes, you think he's good? What'd you see the other one? That was Kyle Collinsworth. He's like, that kid's going to be special.
And they both turned out to be pretty darn special.
Yeah. Both still playing. Well,
Yes,
one
they
coaching, yeah. 100 push-ups a day. One's living it up in, I believe he's in Barcelona in Spain. Brandon Davies.
Yeah, they're in Japan.
Oh, Cuff left that one off the window. Toombs didn't want to travel and had to give that one up. As this is going to be quite the day for Corner Canyon. The boys of Draper. As the foul from Hucks. And Max Toombs will go the line for double bonus free throws. But the boys of Corner Canyon are going to bring home a state championship for just the second time. It's only been 10 years of school history.
Is that really it? 10 years?
Yeah. I believe so. If I remember right. 2013. As you see some seniors coming on the floor. Owen Borgie getting in the ball game as Nybauer and Farrell come off the floor. Farrell will be back next year.
Yeah.
And the senior Max Toombs will knock down the free throw. I don't know if we'll get a chance to see Owen Borg open up the speed here in the final 25 seconds. As Cuff blocked away by Borg. Sent ahead, Roberts. There we go. Discretion, a better part of valor. Going to back things out. And for Coach Dan Lunt, one wasn't enough. He's going to get two as Corner Canyon exacts revenge, and they go 3-0 against American Fork. They avenged last year's state championship loss with a 66-51 win. And they'll take the trophy back to Corner Canyon.
If you think AAU is all they care about, there you go. You want to talk about something that matters. How about that celebration? Technically, Toombs double dribbled at the end, but that's okay. We just asked for consent. I couldn't resist. Man, congratulations. What a ball game from Corner. They came out blazing. Set a tone early.
And
Impressive.
what a year from Corner Canyon. Remember in our opening video I talked about, I said, this Corner Canyon team could be something else. I remember saying it to you last year too, but they were something else. Before we go into Corner Canyon, let's talk a little American Fork. The reigning 6A Kings were able to come back and do some stuff. Let's get your thoughts there, and then we'll go to section player of the game.
Yeah, I think, look, it was an impressive year for AF, and I said I think they're the biggest team in the state, and boy, that carried them through to a lot of wins this year, and all the pressure of having to carry that, last year's state champion. But it's still a young group. You think about the guys coming back. Tiger Cuff is coming back. Blake Rawson coming back. There's a lot of youth to this core. But you look at seniors like an Ashton Wallace or an Aaron Dunn, guys that have been in this program for years, Turley Hucks. And, obviously they would love for today to have gone a different way. But still a great year for American Fork as they make it to a championship game once again. And look, Coach Cuff isn't going anywhere. They'll be right back near the top of the state once again next year.
And some thoughts on Corner Canyon, the selection of the Heidemann Associates player of the game.
Well, I think, look, they haven't lost to a team in state all year, right? And the biggest question was, can you keep that going in the playoffs? And the answer is yes, you can. And just impressive. Again, you look at that first half, Dusty. I mean, the way they came out, they were 8 of 10 from the floor in the second quarter alone. And that's your period of separation. And AF made pushes, but just too much offense, too much talent for Corner Canyon. My player of the game, I'm going with Jackson Roberts. I mean, he was an absolute stud today. I have him with 22 points officially. But, boy, the pressure he put on American Fork, both offensively and defensively, he's my player of the game.
Well, congratulations to American Fork on what was an outstanding year. They come in second place, losing in the championship game after trying to defend their 6A crown. But today is the day of the Corner Canyon Chargers, a team that bounces back from last year's state championship game loss where they were 2-0 against American Fork, didn't get the job done. It was a mission to come back and bring home the championship and take it back to Draper, and they were able to do it. Dan Lund and his boys, they spent a lot of time together, and they work hard together, and they took it from beginning to end as the top team in 6A. Their only losses coming out of state. They haven't lost since the middle of December. And for Max Toombs, the all-time leading scorer in school's history, Jackson Roberts had an outstanding season. Brody Kozlowski will come back. There's so many great things. And Dan Lunt, longtime head coach of the state of Utah, Union High School, Payson High School, and now 2 state championships at Corner Canyon. Congratulations to the Corner Canyon Chargers, your 2023 6A state champions. For Vince Francis and Dane Stewart, I'm Dusty Lister. Thanks for joining us. Make sure to go check out our video. We'll have interviews with players and Coach Lunt on KSL Sports Rewind. But again, for Vince Francis and Dane Stewart, I'm Dusty Lister. Thanks for joining us, for watching our coverage of the 2023 6A state championship game on KSLSports.com, your season-long home for high school basketball.